We have a Coppola questions before we move on.
Couple of questions here. Why we asked this in the moment, but like, why are there so many cabins in the tree if nobody else lives there?
Maybe they always wanted people to move in, so they prepared, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they were planning it to be a safe haven for people to come there, but they sure seem to want to get rid of the Croods.
Yeah, but they wanted to keep Guy for Dawn, so they're not averse to people coming in.
Yeah, they say that they thought all the cave people died off, so I took it as they had built this utopia hoping that the rest of the evolved humans would come and populate. Because they still stuck with that theme of like, okay, now you're moving away from like survival, Stone Age to now creating civilization, so this would be the first society created.
Yeah, that makes sense. What the hell was with that scene of them all eating while the movie turned into an acid trip? Is it just to show that they'd like lose all control and they have access to food?
It was to show that what euphoria they were in and like eating all this stuff. It was the best thing they'd ever tasted in their life because they eat like monkey ass and stuff on the regular.
Yeah, just a funny colorful moment for kids. That's what I took.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think too much of it because at that point I had brought Owen out from his nap and he was watching it like he was transfixed on it. So I'm like, it's just bright colors because kids like watching bright colors on screen. So.
I think that's why it reminded me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was like because of the boat ride where everything just goes psychedelic for no real reason.
Yeah.
There is no way of knowing. Yeah, that's like terrifying. That moment.
That part is so jarring from the whole rest of that film. Why?
That and you get nothing. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Good lose, sir. Not sure why I'm bothering to ask this, but why was there one area that was all ice when everything else was like lush and tropical? And what the hell was with the Insta-freeze ice geyser things? It was so weird.
They're like frozen, like the patterns, like when lightning hits sand. It was like that fractal lightning pattern. It was really weird. I don't know.
I just don't ask questions about
honestly, I didn't think of it. It was just like, they're just doing cool stuff that looks interesting.
I like that they leaned into the fact that this is Earth, but it's not our Earth. And so they just lean into the craziness instead of trying to like mesh them together like the first film. So when it came to the world, there's no fucking questions. It's a magical, mythical world. Just leaving it at that.
Yeah, I mean, everything is that way. Like the size of the fruit, the color of the fruit, everything is just completely weird in this version.
Giant blue strawberries.
Because most of this could be explained away just by that. But it's different writers this time around, but they kept that theme going.
Yeah, they kept that world.
Mm-hmm. And like Nigel was saying, like, didn't throw away the character development and the world development that we got in the first movie. Yeah. Thankfully. Yeah. I hate that. I hate that when they just reset.
I thought they were going to do it with how upset he was that Guy was like, trying to take away Eep or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, we're going to have to go through all the same thing over again. But he wasn't. The whole time he actually wanted Guy to stay part of the family. He was just annoyed by,
he just didn't want them to go away.
And he didn't want him to leave. Yeah.
And
they actually fight to keep Guy. Like he's upset when they find out that the Bettermans want them to leave Guy there, and So it was nice that they kept that character development from it. Like he's part of the pack, so he's annoyed at him because it's your daughter's boyfriend, but he's still part of the family.
But he still loves him.
Yeah.
This is kind of, we sort of asked this, but like, wouldn't taking down all of the walls to the farm just lead to their imminent deaths? Given all of the horrors that we've seen outside of the walls, like
I guess it's symbolism. They're taking their walls down,
and the monkeys move in right next door. They party.
Maybe
all
the
the
monkeys
time.
surround it.
Like they're there.
First line of
they're there to protect them. They're their bodyguards.
They kind of work together. And that's what I would imagine.
They sort of showed that at the end of like all the animals live there with them peacefully.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think it ends with talking about their family got a whole lot bigger because now they've got
Yeah.
all these other animals and pets and family members. So, yeah, I think that's just an allegory for society. Like you said, that was one of their original threads. So maybe that part kind of lived on in it.
Yeah.
And then my final question is, how long before Dawn resigns herself to banging Thunk? He's the only other boy. He's like a teenage boy. And she's like, I guess. All right.
We all make mistakes as teenagers.
Yeah, just get the V venom. Sometimes the B venom hits just right, and you do things that you wouldn't normally do when your inhibitions were intact.
Come look at my window, Thunk.
He just walks
Thunk,
into
you want to
his...
jump it?
He just walks into his hut. She's just got a frame in between her legs.
Look at this. You ever seen anything like this before?
Do you want to explore my man cave?
You want to jump it? Other questions?
The only one I had was like, was I imagining things that there was like an awful lot of homoerotic undertones to this movie for some reason?
100%, dude.
I don't really
They
know.
were going for like the bro thing, but
Not just that, because they talk about like Gran was saying, we didn't used to deal with boys. We lived in a tribe of women, and then they all turned into Thunder Sisters at the end, and it's like,
Yep. And then the Eep and Dawn relationship is
it's like a boyfriend girlfriend thing, and definitely with with Grug and Phil, like steamy
Hardcore.
persuasion, and then them getting naked and sweaty while fighting each other. It was, I don't understand what they were going for with why that was in the movie so much.
I don't know. I feel like they were trying to because I feel like the bro relationship thing was like really in the zeitgeist for a minute there, thanks to all those Apatow movies, like almost like a homoerotic, friendship, but like you love each other, but obviously you're not like in a relationship together, but you love each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they were trying to lean into, but made
specifically with Grug and Phil, it was like these visual cues of them like being very physical. And
I definitely noticed that throughout.
I thought it was normal until they started doing the windmill. That's when I was like, okay, this is a little homoerotic.
Yeah, it was like during the fight where all their clothes get ripped off, I was just like, oh, right. It was funny in the cave and was like just making a joke of it. But then all of a sudden,
now like this is
they're like really
director's
trying
fetish
to go
or
for this.
something.
Yeah.
You're
making it into the movie.
Clothes off. Now they're all sweaty.
You're such a bad daddy.
You're a bad daddy.
You're bad fathers. Yeah, obsessed with bananas.
Damn, that too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like he's
I don't know, man.
maybe we're reading too much into it, but I don't know. It just feels like there was they were laying that on
weird.
there.
They definitely were.
Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just supposed to be funny for the adults watching, I guess, and kids are never going to pick up on it, but who knows?
But maybe they will. I don't know.